Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is the fourth video of OOP plus MVC without framework video series. Within this video, I'm going to add some data capturing. That means with the previous video, we developed some file upload thing. Then within that file upload, I will now modify this. I extend this example, adding that mean data capturing part as well. Within this video, I'm going to save this CSV data to our database, and within the dashboard like this, I will going to show the information within the dashboard. Okay, and also I'm planning to modify our routing example because within the our route we not use much OOP concepts. Now I'm going to add a class and I'll improve that routing mechanism within the our application. Okay, let's go to the our application. Let's do the coding. Okay, this is the our previous example. As you can see, we have developed these things. Okay, let's go to the code. Okay, here this is the our route. Actually, I'm going to change this route with adding with more object-oriented things because here we not use anything. We just define our route and use that within the kernel. Okay, here I will create, let's create, I will create global variable called route list. Okay, and let's create a class called route. Inside of this class, let's add the public function to that mean like framework. We can initiate our route function add. Let's say route name and also point controller action. Okay. Yeah. Mm. Let's add the global. Create the. Let's add the route to our global variable. Let's say route list route list. Let's say let's add the as a array name equal to our dollar route name, and let's add the action equal to dollar point control action. Okay, okay, it will when we assigning route, it will add that route information to this global variable route list. Okay, it will add to this list. Okay, let's create some route using this class. Okay, here we can use this route. Let's say like we that mean previously we done routing thing like this. Now we are going to use this class. Let's create using the class route. It is a static function. Then we can directly call. Let's say our home route. Let's get the home route. Home like this. Home, let's set the home controller. This is the action we want. Now, this route we added to using this function, we added this route information to this route list. That means within one variable, we can see all the routes within our application. Then, likewise, we can do add route like this, and also we'll add other routes as well. Let's add those things. Okay, let's copy this. Copy several times. Okay, let's add second is login and log out and register and upload and also file upload. Okay, Now the second one is action controller is this. Mm, Third one, fourth, fifth, and last one. Okay, now we have added our routes to this global route list variable. Okay, now we don't need these things. Let's comment this for now. Right now we need now we have added to this list, but we need to map the route with the our action. To do that, we need another function. Let's add that as well. Let's create public static function. Let's add run. Okay, inside of the run, let's create the request. Let's create the server URL dollar underscore server. The, okay, here get request URI. Okay, this is the URL. Okay, let's list using the for each. Let's add the for each and using our global variable this route list. Let's do the for as let's say R. Okay, inside this for each, let's compare with the our URL and route information. Like let's match those things. Name if this our route name equal to dollar request, that mean we have identified if it is matched, then we need to return our action information. Let's return dollar $R. Here what we done is we just add our routes to one variable inside of the one global variable array, the array, and using that array, when user do request, we get the our server URL, and with that URL and our route in array, we compare each and every route with the our current URL. If is there any match found, then we return our action. Action means this one. Action means this is the our action. This information we need to within the our kernel file. Okay. Now we have created our route file. Let's include this with the our kernel. Let's go to the kernel file. Okay. Here we uh, use yeah, we use route PHP. Now it's returning. So where's our route? Let's open this route PHP again. Okay, this is the our route PHP, and here it will now we need to call this run, otherwise it will not return. Let's say add route and run. Okay, here we miss the. Okay, now it's returning the um, route. That means it will return the route, but here with this kernel we check compare with this route variable. Here we need to capture this return to this dollar route. Okay. Okay, now our route file is ready. Let's use this file within the here. We don't need to do any change within here because we finally we get this information. Let's try with our application. Okay, here now we use this action. Now we don't need this action one. We can simply say like this. If it is upload, we don't need dashboard thing. Just go to oh, sorry. Uh, Upload call to undefined method file control upload action. Okay, here we have some issue. Action. Okay, let's go to the browser again. Upload action. Yeah, it's working. Likewise, you don't need now. We don't need any action parameter. Let's just we have to give the our uh, parameter with this after the our domain. Okay, let's modify this. Now we have this route, but I think it's better to separate this class from the this file because we can just keep the our route information, route definition within here. We just remove this part from here and let's add this to different file. Here we can create some file here. Just first rename this as a web. It is a web route, and let's create a file called route.php. Okay, inside of this route.php, let's put our information, that our class information, and now we can use this file. Let's include this within the web. Here we can say route, or we are already in the route folder. Let's okay. Now now still our application is working. Let's check that. Okay, still working. Now we have separated our route information. That means we added some object. That means we added some class to this route, and we use that class using. We define the static methods within the class, and we use that method within the our route file. Okay. Likewise, we can modify this, and we need to change our navigations a little bit. Let's do that as well. Okay. Okay. Here we have within the view, we have our template. Inside of the template, we have our navigation. Here we use this as a. That means we don't need this action anymore. Let's do like this, and this also need to change as well. Okay, this dashboard also. Okay, now we have corrected our navigation bar, and also we need to correct our login form. Let's go to the login form. Within the template, we have a dashboard uh, login. Okay, inside of this login, we have to change our form action like this, and also we need to change this button. Okay, and also let's check with the register as well. In the register form, here our form action also need to change. Register, and here also we that button, login button also. Okay, now we have updated our links. Let's open with the browser. It's still not login. Can't login. Let's check that. Here we use section login, and let's go to the route. Login is correct. Check the let's check the our kernel as well. Uh, okay, here uh, we need to use web. Let's try now. Let's refresh this. Okay, yeah, it's now logged in. Let's logged out. Try to logged in again. Okay, now it's working. Now our routes. Okay, as you can see, now we can navigate to our upload form with, as you can see, that our URL is now URL we don't use any parameters that we use parameters, but we not mentioning the parameter name within here. We just getting parameter from the URL. Okay, uh, it's like a normal uh, framework. Okay, now let's upload our file. Let's create. We already created our upload file. We can upload file using this window here. If we select CSV, I'm using this example CSV. If I try to upload this, it will upload. Let's. Okay, we have to update this form because it is also. Let's go to that form as well. Within the view, we have upload form. Here with this upload form, uh, we need to we need to update. Here we don't need this action thing anymore. Let's remove this, and also, yeah, that is the thing we need to update. Let's try with that again. Let's refresh first. Okay, let's try to upload again. Okay, this example CSV. Okay, let's click the upload button. Yeah, it will upload it. That means it will upload it without any issue. Let's try to capture the data. That mean capture the data and put those information to database and view those things within the our dashboard. Okay, let's do that. I think let's go to our controller. Here we have within our controller we have our file controller. Inside of this file controller, as you can see, we have upload code. We need to add the capturing data capturing part inside of this upload success block. Inside of this if block, let's add those codes. Let's say first, let's say a row as a one because we don't need our headings. That mean this Excel sheet have okay. I will show the Excel sheet first. As you can see, we are going to import this data. That means there is a product name, quantity, and price is the columns. That means headings. This first row. We don't need to capture this first row because these are text. That means these are normal headings. We don't need those things. We need other. That means without the first row, we need other rows. We are going to capture these. There is a 10 rows. We are going to capture these 10 rows and we put this information to our database. Okay, let's go to our code. Here we need start from the we need to skip the row one and first we need to add let's add our table because we need to create a table within our database. Let's go to our database, localhost. Let's go to our dashboard. Okay, PHP my admin. Okay, our database name is example MVC user login. This is the database which we are using for our application. Here we only have one table. Let's create another table. Let's create another table. Let's add new table. Okay, I will name this as a TBL item, and I will add. We need ID. It is at auto increment, and it is an primary key. Let's make it as auto increment. Then automatically it make as a primary key, and let's add. We have item name. Okay, name is Vacha, and I'm using 256, and let's say we have quantity QT. The quantity is integer because we are not going to keep decimal places with this quantity. We just keep the integers. And let's add the price. Price can be a decimal places, then it is need to be a double. Okay, now our table is let's create the I will click the save button. Okay, now our table is it's created. Let's use this table and insert data into this table. Okay, let's go to our example. Okay, here we don't need first row. We mark start from the skipping the first row. Let's add the let's say column data. We going to capture column data into this variable. Okay, let's say if dollar handle. Okay, handle. Let's open the CSV file. Our CSV file is target. Sorry. Target file is the our CSV file, and let's say read. Okay, and if not equal to false, uh, until end of the file, it will need to if it is open through, then we continue, while let's say until data equal to if get CSV. Let's read the CSV file, and let's say dollar handle. We use this file resource, and let's say our Excel sheet only have 10 rows. I will uh, I will only read the 11 rows, and also separator is comma separated one our file. Let's use that thing, and let's say until it's make false. Okay. Okay, now inside of this while loop, we don't need the first row. Let's skip the first row, not equal to one. That means row not equal to one. Then we do this data import thing. Otherwise, we are not doing an import, and we need to increment this row. Let's say a dollar row. Let's say plus plus. While it's importing, we increment the row count, and also we need to after the while loop, we need to close the file. Otherwise, it will open. Let's close the handle. Okay, now in here, as you can see, it will read row by row. That means within this while loop, it will go with from the start of the this CSV file. That means here, as you can see, it will start from the row 1 and go it until row 10. It will process the until row 11. It will process the this while loop. But the problem is we can't insert one that means row by row, because if we insert like that, that means if we create insert query for that mean row by row, then there is a 10 insert queries. Then it is not good practice to have that mean row by row insert queries. Let's create one query within the multiple values. I will do that. Okay, first I will create here, I will create the data, return data set. Then it's easy to, you can understand. Let's say our column data is the uh, return data set. Let's add this row. Inside of this, let's create our name. Okay, now we create array. this column data. Row is the row number. Let's say first, if it is first row, then it will comes with the row one, and it's not going to capture the row one data. Let's say if it is row two, then it's getting column data. Array position is a two, and name is equal to dollar data 0, because our 0 is the this is the first column of the that data sheet, that Excel sheet. Okay, and let's copy this. It's easy. Okay, let's add to here, and also we need to add here. Okay, a row. This one is QT. It is comes with the array position 1, and let's add price. Okay, price comes with the array version 2. Okay, now we already captured our Excel sheet data to our column data variable, and let's uh, do the insert part. That means database part. Once after this file reading process, that means here we create if not empty. That means if our column data is empty, we don't need to call database because there's nothing to insert. If not empty, we can use we have to create our model function. Let's go to the model. Here inside of this model, file model, let's create our database part. Okay, I will add public function. Let's get let's say insert CSV file data. Okay, let's say data. Okay, dollar query. Let's create the our first. First, if we go into multiple uploads, if we don't want to keep our previous data, then we need to remove those data. Then I don't need keep our previous data. Then I will every time when we upload the file into server, I will truncate the table. That means I will delete the old data from the our table. Okay, let's truncate. Truncate table. Let's say TBL. Our table is table item. TBL item. Okay. Right now we need to run this stmt. Let's run this dollar this db query. Let's run this dollar query. Okay. Now our table is empty. Let's okay. We don't need this part, I guess, because okay. Our table is empty. Let's create the our SQL. That means within the Warden SQL we submit multiple values. Then we need to dynamically create this SQL. Let's do that. Let's use the SQL variable. Declare the SQL variable, and within the for each, let's create the for each, and let's use our data variable as let's say let's see let's rename this as a dollar items. Okay, here let's say dollar items, and also here with this item by item we create the our insert query. Okay, let's add dollar sql uh, dot equal, and let's add okay, let's get sorry. Now let's say data dollar item name. Okay, name, uh, because here with the our insert query, first insert column is name, and then quantity, then price. Then we create this value. Here we creating the value block of the query. Then we create item name get first value as a first value, and then we here we create our let's say create our second value. Uh, it is actually a quantity item qt, and let's okay. Then dollar item price. Okay, okay, we need comma. Okay, now our dynamic query is okay, ready. Now, once we within this for each, it will create multiple queries, and it will assign this query information to as a string to this SQL. It will adding it will run this for each adding this SQLs with to this $SQL variable. It will have multiple these kind of query. Then the thing is, when it's processing, it's create this last character. You can see is comma is there. Then the problem is we need to remove this comma from the last query. Let's remove that as well, because otherwise it will may trigger the SQL error, because this last we don't need this last comma. Let's remove this rtrim. Okay, within the rtrim, let's use SQL. Okay, let's remove the last comma. Okay, now we need to process this query with let's create our insert query, and let's add this SQL to that query. Okay, let's get insert into TBL item is the our table, and let's add name, quantity, price. Okay, these are the fields we are going to insert. Value, values. Okay, within the values we use this $SQL. It will provide multiple values. Within the one insert query, we can submit multiple values. Okay, okay, let's run this $this db query dollar query. Okay, let's first I think we need to add try catch, otherwise uh, try catch dollar sorry exception $ex uh, return $ex get message. Okay, because it can be have some, if we have any if we get any error, then we don't need we can using the try catch we can capture the exception, we can handle the error. Okay, here now we have run the our insert query. Now we already inserted the data to database. Let's return. If it is success, return it as a 1. As you can see, it will return only if it is success, only return as a 1, otherwise it will return the error message. Okay, in here what we done is first we truncated the table. That means we deleted all the historical data within the table because we don't need those information. Uh, then here we create SQL query, that means dynamic query that using SQL variable. Here within the for each we go item by item, and we created our dynamic SQL query using this format, and we remove the our final last character from the our SQL SQL variable. Inside of this SQL variable, we have a string, that means our query. Last character is comma. We don't need last character because otherwise it will trigger SQL error. Then we create our insert query using insert into query. We inserted our data. Table column is name, quantity, price, and value. We use multiple insert value query, value query, and we process our query. And if it is success, it will return as a one. If it is fail because of any reason, it will goes to exception, this try catch block. Then it will return the error message. Okay, this is the our um, file upload model data insert part. Okay, now let's go to our controller. Let's use this model function with inside of here. Okay, dollar this model. Our model is let's go to model function. Let's copy the function here. This one is the function. Okay, let's copy into here and let's submit the column data. Okay, now almost done. We have saved information. Okay, here I think it's let's do with this unlimited rows, because if we have 10 rows, it can be a dynamic number. That means it can be 100 rows or 1,000 rows. Likewise, it can be changed. And here now we can test this. Let's test this with the browser. Okay, let's upload the file. Let's select example CSV. Okay, I will click this file upload button. As you can see, it will upload it. Let's check with the database. Let's go to the database and let's refresh. Yeah, as you can see, it is capture the our data. Now we can see within the our table. Uh, that means our code is working proper. Code is working fine, and without any issue. Let's show this information within the our dashboard. Um, let's go to our home controller. Okay, inside of this, let's get the items. Items equal to um, dollar this model. We need to create our model function. Let's go to create model function, home model. Let's add public function. Let's call this as a get item data. Okay, let's try catch exception $ex. Let's say let's say turn $ex get message. Okay, let's create query equal to select all from tbl item. Okay, this is the our query, and let's run this. Let's stmt equal to dollar this db query dollar query. Okay, okay, now return dollar stmt. Okay, now we have our this model query. Let's go to our controller. Let's use this thing within the controller. Let's capture the data. uh, okay, now we can use this items variable within the our view dashboard. Let's go to our dashboard view here within this dashboard. Let's Here we only show this thing. Create let's create the table. Let's say table full. Okay, this is the table. I think we don't need footer section. I will remove this footer section first. Okay, now we have our table. Let's add the table headings. First one is item name, and we need table heading called item qt quantity, and also we need table header. Let's say item price. Okay, now we have those things. Let's do the for each here. PHP for each dollar items as dollar item. Say and here we need to go close this. Okay, now inside of this tr we need PHP echo. Let's say dollar item name. Okay, likewise we need quantity and price as well. Price here quantity, here price. Okay, now we have our view part as well. Let's go to the browser. Here we go to dashboard. As you can see, here you can see our item list down with the dashboard. Okay, this is example that you can develop some application like this. You can use these things to develop your application, or even you can understand the process behind of this kind of MVC development. You can upload file from here and it will capture to the database. It will save within this table, and you can view those information within your dashboard. Here I will change this name as well. I think it's better to have something called let's say item information, something like this. Okay, now I think we our example already completed. Um, yeah, I hope you guys learned something from this example. If you think this video is helpful, please give me a thumbs up. If you wanna see future videos like this, please subscribe to the channel. And thank you very much for watching my videos. Let's meet with the next video. Thank you very much.